Welcome back to finally a live stream after a long time. It's a nice sunny day today, so I figured that I'd start my morning off productively by doing a live stream. Nothing better than listening to non-copyrighted jazz that won't give me a claim, so I can actually make money off of this one day. If I can get 500 subscribers. Let's just say right now the weather is absolutely fantastic for this time of year. It doesn't supposed to be this warm, but we're gonna take it because this winter in Massachusetts could be very snowy and very cold. That's what I'm thinking. I don't care about what other people say. I think it's gonna be pretty bad. I think it's gonna be cold, long, and snowy. It may start late, but I think it's going to be pretty tough. Hey, what's going on? I haven't been live for a while because I had vacation like about, let's say, 2 weeks ago. And I just didn't get the motivation back until now to do so. And of course I need to I am very well. It's sunny and about, let's say, 70 degrees right now for October, so you can't beat it. I just need to turn down my music so I can hear myself talk. It's probably because I'm updating an application in the background, I think. This tablet works, but it's not the strongest. Yeah, it's probably because my tablet is really just being overloaded right now. Yeah, that's why it's updating my Microsoft Office app so I can show my intro document. That's why it's lagging. But once that stupid thing updates and stuff... Oh, okay, thank you. Of course, I haven't used this tablet for live streaming in a long time, so of course it tells me I have an update before I can use it. Not now. Not when I'm live streaming. I'm not going to answer the questions yet. So, it's a nice sunny day in New England right now. That's going to be a different story tomorrow when a cold front sweeps down. I think it's going to be somewhat mild tomorrow, for me, where I am, it could be ended up being like about 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon, but it's going to be very windy and it's going to get really cold. Come on. Sorry about the delay here, but I'm trying to get this app to work. But then again, I like to wait for time for people to come in and join the live stream and say hello anyway, so it's not really worth getting started right away. I know 2 people are viewing my live stream now, at least one. There it is, now it's opening up. I just have to close it out and open it back up. That's my blog post. I mean, it's probably easier to read it through here. Alright. Let's start with this right here, guys. I do Massachusetts forecasting because I am living in Massachusetts, so if I were to do this for free as a hobby for my passion for right now, at least if I forecast for myself and give it off to other people, it will benefit me more instead of forecasting for a place that I don't even exist in. So that's probably why I do Massachusetts, only because it's local. And I like to forecast far out from my advantage too. So yesterday was a fantastic day. Today is a fantastic day. I got a tan yesterday. This was yesterday's post, but it's still relevant today. Today is the last day of this warm 70, 80 degree weather because the cold front will be passing through tonight to tomorrow morning. It won't produce much precipitation at all. It's probably going to be only in the mountains in Vermont and New Hampshire that might get a little bit of upslope rain because of the air rising up over the mountains and producing precipitation. But for us in Massachusetts, I don't expect any rain at all. And that's not good because we are abnormally dry to slightly dry now, and we're in elevated fire danger today, so no starting fires or burning anything. It's not really good to do today because the National Weather Service already posted about that. When that front moves through, a high pressure system starts coming in Thursday through Friday. Thursday itself is going to be a breezy, mild, but not as warm day. It's going to be 55 to 65 highs between that. West to east on average, because I'm pretty sure that the Berkshires are going to be colder as the cold air reaches the high elevation before it goes to the surface, and it's going to be 65 towards the Boston area, so it takes a little bit of time for the cold air to settle in due to the fact that the sun is going to be rising on Thursday, and it's going to be a mixture of sun and clouds, so it's not going to be rapidly cold too fast. As you can see, it's going to be pretty breezy there. Friday morning it's going to be really cold with most places in the 30s outside, like Springfield, Boston, and southeast Mass. It's going to be in the 40s, but everyone else should be in the 30s. Like in northern Worcester County and the Berkshire, I wouldn't be surprised seeing some low 30s to 32s in the highest elevations in the Berkshire. Sunshine on Friday will lead to about 55 to 60 degrees for a high on Friday. It's going to be not as windy, but southwest winds will be blowing as the high pressure system moves east of us. A warmer wind will make it a very mild night, around 45 degrees on average either side of that. On Friday night, Saturday a cold front will pass. It won't really produce much precipitation again either. There may be like a couple of downpours and squall lines coming in. Well, it's going to be pretty cold on Friday morning, as you can see from my text right here. It's going to be probably into 30s. But the coldest morning is going to be Sunday morning. Sunday morning, I expect temperatures to dip into the upper 20s in our area, Lisa. And it's going to be probably a deep freeze on Sunday morning. because the cold front moves through on Saturday morning and afternoon, giving us a few rain showers and downpours. And as the high pressure system backs into us, it's going to be calm and cold on Sunday. I think that's Sunday morning? Yeah, Sunday morning it's going to be really cold. It's going to be in the mid 30s, but the morning that I'm thinking of is Sunday night, Monday morning. Well, I think I said, what does it say, low 20s? I'm trying to remember. Oh, right here. I'm trying to remember where I wrote that. So, let's see, what did I say there? A very cold night Sunday to Monday. That's a cold night. Because Sunday itself is supposed to be breezy and cold. Temperatures in the Worcester County area is probably going to be like, say, about mid to upper 40s. I don't even think 50 may be possible. That's pushing it. I'm still think it's going to be in the mid to upper 40s, like 45 to 48 degrees for us in where we both live. But the coldest morning I'm seeing is Sunday night into Monday, as a cold high pressure system basically makes the air completely still, and it's going to be really cold. So I think we're going to be seeing our first like upper 20s Sunday night to Monday morning in our area. It's going to be a cold morning on Friday morning too, but not as cold as Sunday night into Monday, as you can see from this text here. Monday is going to be a nice day. It's going to be no wind at all. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 40s in our area. It's going to be absolutely stunning. But the highlight of this whole entire, for this whole entire blog post I did yesterday is that high pressure system on Monday is going to drift offshore. It's going to bring warmer air behind it, as you can see from this text right here. It's going to be mostly sunny, 55 to 60 degrees in most places in Massachusetts. But the highlight here is my last paragraph here. Wednesday through Friday, I think, it's going to be temperatures in the 70s and pushing 80 degrees again towards Halloween and maybe towards November 1st. Yes, a huge block of very, very hot weather in central U.S. is going to start getting sent over here because of a huge Bermuda high that's going to be forming on Tuesday next week. And that's going to give us another warm surge of cold, very, very mild weather. And it's going to be really no rain in sight all throughout next week either. We might have a cold front that might give us a little bit of rain sometime like, say, Thursday or Friday. It all depends on when the front comes in, but 70s to 80s are on track again. Next week towards Halloween. Halloween is going to be really warm. I'm pretty sure by the time the trick-or-treaters come out on Thursday night, it's still going to be temperatures in the 70s. And then a cold front moves through by Friday or Saturday, bringing us back to more seasonal temperatures with the lows in the 40s and highs in the 50s, low 60s. That was my post from yesterday. I wanted to do a lengthy post because I want to prove myself that I can look at this model data and do more than 7 days. I can even go out to 10. I have the tools to do it, so I can do forecasting if the models are agreeing with each other. I seen a couple posters on Facebook the other day that models are only a guidance. They sometimes can be completely wrong even 10 days out. So here's me as a meteorologist. I want to try to keep up with the weather and understand why the models go up and down, and go like saying it's supposed to be sunny and 70 degrees next week to being a blizzard next week and the next day or the next model. I want to understand why that happens. It's not about just looking at model data and trying to see if all the models agree on each other, because you want the models to agree on each other because each model has a different way of forecasting, different coding, different equations and stuff like that. So you want the models to agree on itself, because if they don't, then it's basically just a guessing game, and that's not good, because meteorology is the study of the atmosphere. Who knows what's going on in the atmosphere? It changes every second, basically. I don't know how many times I have forecasted a storm in the winter, and I said that's not how I planned it out to be. So it changes rapidly. Meteorology is a very, very expensive hobby because it requires a lot of computing work, a lot of, bringing balloon data up in the atmosphere and trying to have a good data set for the models to start out with, because if you don't have a good data set every morning and evening, then the models don't have the right data to put into the system, and then it won't forecast right. Everyone says that my job, it's easy, just look at a weather app and look at the weather. I said, why do you use the weather app? Because it's quick and easy to get an overview? I can tell you that I don't use the weather app because the weather app changes too much. I want to look at the data coming directly toward me, and I want to analyze the data. That's what I love to do in life. Even today, when I don't get paid doing it, I still find the love to do it every single day, looking at the model data, trying to understand what the models are doing and why. That's what I spent 3-4 hours doing this blog post yesterday afternoon in the sun. I think what I'm probably going to end up having to do, instead of having it in a huge chunk like that, is just kind of space it out a little bit, because this is not like a huge paragraph or a story on a website. I think I need to space it out so people can understand without having to dig through it. I think next time I'm going to space it out a little bit better. But I just need feedback from other people. A killing frost in a week? Yeah, we're going to have a bad frost coming in Sunday night through Monday morning, because the air is going to get completely calm and cold. So the first upper 20s in our area is expected. Thank you so much. I say you love my forecasting because you helped me get my degree. That's why. You can tell any of my viewers how good I am because you see me do it every single day. That's why you're a channel moderator. Because if anyone comes in here and tells me, you're sending biased shit, you can tell them that no, I'm a true meteorologist. I'm just as good as the people on TV or the National Weather Service. That's what I've been trying to tell YouTube and the community over here, that I'm a good meteorologist. I want to have enthusiasts with me to collaborate with me. I want someone to come to my live stream saying, hey, I disagree with you about something about Sunday mornings or Monday mornings low temperatures. I think it's supposed to be like 35 instead of 29. I want someone to come to me and say, why do you think that? To be honest, I think of myself as a good meteorologist, but to be honest, someone else could think of something different that I'm not seeing, and to be having 3 or 4 heads in a particular situation is better than me just forecasting. I am hoping in the future that my YouTube channel gets more of a buzz on YouTube, and like Reed Timmer having 1 million subscribers because he goes out in the middle of a freaking tornado trying to find data for it. I said, yeah, that's really smart to use a vehicle and get sucked away by a tornado. Yeah, Reed Timmer is something I would love to do in life, but people are going to be saying, you're ridiculous, you're going to get killed doing that. Oh, he does it. That doesn't mean I can't. See, I'm a true meteorologist. I want to go out and chase the storms in the future. If I still live in Massachusetts next year, I might drive through the Berkshires and wait for a thunderstorm on my day off to come through the Berkshires and get some footage on it. You never know. That's what my future I want to do. Because I don't know how many times I've seen videos of the Berkshires, or let's say Springfield area over there, getting blasted by a tropical storm type of thunderstorm, and by the time it comes to me in Worcester County, it's gone. It doesn't do anything. I'm saying, wow, look at that. Out west, they got slammed by a thunderstorm with 60-mile-an-hour wind and whiteout conditions, and I didn't even get to see that. So, I'm just elaborating right now, as, it's a sunny day. I like to, talk about myself. Also, I'm reading chat now, so anyone could ask me questions as I'm talking and interrupt me if you want to. So, say hello while I have the chat up right now. I think the next thing I want to do is look at some model data right here. But before I do that, I need to switch screens for a second. That's my blog site that I have on my blog page. So, blog post, live stream doc. That's where I wanted it. I hit the wrong one at first. Let's open up the live stream doc so I can show my links and citing before I get started, because I don't want anyone to say, oh, you're using my website without improper citation. You know, in freaking English class, you say, oh, that's plagiarism, you haven't cited your sources properly. That's one of the worst classes in my whole entire life, is that they force you to do research, that you have to go on other people's websites and you have to cite it properly and stuff. I said, this is just dumb. I hated English class. I mean, I get it now when I'm older that you have to cite sources because it's not yours and you want to know where the information came from. So this is why I do this all the time. Tropical Tidbits is my main source of my models because it's easy to use. It's not really taxing on my tablet to show. So Levicolon is basically the centerpiece of my forecast. He says that if it's your frequent piece of your content, you have to say, source it each time. So, without further ado, I'm going to use Tropical Tidbits right here. Here's the citing right there. There's my disclaimer, is that my forecasting is for fun and informational purposes only, because it's YouTube. It's not really an official place to get weather information, but I have a disclaimer there because if anyone's saying that, I'm giving, misleading information, you don't have to watch me. You can trust me if you want to, but if you don't trust me, don't watch me. Don't be ruining someone else's passion or love for what they do because you say that I'm giving you wrong information, because that's why I have a disclaimer, so I can't get myself in trouble. I know what I'm doing. If you don't believe me, don't watch me then. That's exactly why I have the disclaimer there, so people can't get me in trouble. I'm only doing this for fun and informational purposes. If you trust me that I'm doing a good job after how many times I have forecasted good, then you can trust me. So that's exactly why I have that. I show that off there because people can be saying, oh, you're an awful meteorologist. But meteorology is the study of the atmosphere. It's hard to predict it. It's not like you can predict a market crash weeks in advance or something like that. The atmosphere is not like that. I mean, you can do to the best of your ability, but Mother Nature is very hard to predict, and that's why I have this job as a meteorologist, because I have a job for the rest of my life, and it's very hard to predict, because here's me every single day waking up after sleeping 14 hours on a cloudy day. I can wake up and reset myself and look at the forecast data every morning, and basically it never gets old. So let's look at the model data right now, as I showed that off. That's why I chose this as my passion, because I will have a job for the rest of my life. No matter how much the earth is here, weather is not going to go out of date anytime soon. It's only probably going to get worse. Here's that cold front that is going to be sweeping through our area and sadly destroying our beautiful weather in October. But there's nothing really sad about it, because with this drought that's coming right now, all this heat and wind is causing fire danger in the northeast right now. So I guess it's a good thing that this cold front is coming in and cooling us down so we don't really get fire danger as much. But I know it's supposed to be very windy tomorrow because the cold front is going to be coming in, gushing the cold air into our area, so it's going to be windier but colder tomorrow. Now this front is not going to be associated with much precipitation. As you can see, there's not even that much rain showing up on radar right now. A little bit of upslope rain from the mountains over there, a little bit down here, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a dry front. Not going to produce much precipitation at all, unfortunately. A very thin swath of moisture along this cold front. See, this is dry. This is dry behind it. There's not really much precipitation at all. I would be surprised if we only get a few drops in Massachusetts, unfortunately, from this cold front. It ain't going to produce much precipitation. As that front moves through, we're going to have a cold morning on Saturday morning as the cold air and high pressure is on top of us. I would say maybe 35 degrees on average in Worcester County area, maybe 30s in the western Berkshires area, maybe 40 in Boston, 45 to 50 along the Cape and the Island on Friday morning after the cold front actually passes through. Thursday itself is going to be 55 to 60 degrees. It's going to be a mild, breezy day. It's not going to be completely cold. Degrees on average due to sunshine and calm winds. It's going to be about 45 degrees on average on Saturday morning due to a warm southwest winds ahead of another cold front on Saturday, like I was already talked about. Saturday itself is going to be probably 55 to 60 degrees again, but then it's going to crash back down into the 30s again on Sunday morning. I'm getting my days mixed up. Sunday itself is going to be 45 to 50 degrees on average, and it's going to be a little breezy that day out of the northwest because high pressure builds in. The coldest day is going to be Sunday night to Monday. It was 25 degrees in the Berkshires, about, let's say, about 28 degrees in the Worcester County area, give or take. Oh, I'm breaking up. Am I talking too fast? I talk too fast sometimes because I know exactly what's going to happen. So on Sunday night to Monday is the coldest day. So if you have anything that's still growing outside, when we get into the upper 20s for low on Monday morning, it's going to definitely kill everything completely. Monday itself is going to be a bright sunny day, 45 to 50 degrees for temperature for a high on Monday. Tuesday is going to be back up to 55 to 60 with sunshine and high clouds. By the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're expecting 70 to 75, maybe even hitting 80 in some places. I know a frontal system is going to move in somewhere between Thursday and Friday. That will give us a good a dosing of rain again. Let's show that off right now. What model should I look at first? It's not quite the time for 12Z runs this morning to develop, so I'm going to have to look at old 0Z models. Let's take a look at this model, the AI from the Euro. Yes, let's take a look at this. Let's zoom it out a little bit. Let's go back to the 0Z right here. Let's go to precipitation and pressure. This is the beginning right here. There's that cold front that's going to be pushing on through. See how the precipitation just falls apart right there? I don't expect anything in Massachusetts. Maybe the Berkshires may have a little bit of rain because of the upslope. But other than that, high pressure builds in. There's that little cold front coming in on Saturday, but that's not going to produce much precipitation at all. It's going to be way up in Canada. That high pressure system brings in the cold air, as you can see right there. Calm and cold on Sunday night, Monday. Temperatures dipping into the 20s as the cold air starts dipping down. The winds go calm. A lot of radiation or cooling. That's the coldest day of the next several days from today onward. That high pressure system hangs around. Huge Bermuda high, a huge wave of heat is going to be forming. Like I said, it's going to be like 70 to 80 degrees Wednesday through Friday, I think. As you can see, sometime Friday, the winds are going to be shifting back down into the north as you can see from here. The winds are out of the southwest here, but this frontal system is going to eliminate it on Friday, as you can see right there. This front is going to bring down colder air. But it doesn't look like it actually passes. Let's actually take a look at that without guessing. That front tries to push in on Friday, as you can see, but it looks like, yeah, it actually kind of does. Yep. So it looks like Friday is the last day of the heat. As you can see, look, 78 degrees, that could end up pushing to the low 80s in Springfield area, maybe the Merrimack Valley in Chelmsford, Lowell, Westfield, and places like that. We are up to another like heat blast next week, as you can see. And it looks like it all ends on Friday. As temperatures are back down into seasonal levels, back down to the low 50s for a high on Saturday. That's what I was looking at yesterday. But it seems like it looks like the warm air starts pushing back in a little bit, as you can see by next week. I'm just playing around with the models right now. That's all I'm doing. If anyone wants me to stop, slow down, go back to another day, restart, just let me know. This is what a live stream is all about. So that's pretty much the next several days, as I can stop and recap. Go nice and slow, let people comprehend me, because they're not as smart as I am. Today is the last day of the 70-degree stretch of weather. A dry, cold front is going to be coming in tonight to tomorrow morning. Let's back this up, put it into logic that normal people might understand. There's the cold front moving through. It's not going to cool off too much tonight due to the fact that the front is going to take a little bit of time to move through. It's still going to be a nice, decent, mild night with temperatures mainly in the 50s. In the afternoon, see, it's still going to be warm, but about 10 degrees colder than it was today. There's the cold air settling in with temperatures generally in the 30s to low 40s, as you can see. On Friday morning, not bad. Friday itself is back to more seasonal 50s to 50s, low 50s in the Berkshires to mid to upper 50s elsewhere. It's going to be a nice mild night due to the southwest winds ahead before that cold front comes in on Saturday. Saturday itself is going to be about 60 degrees away from the Berkshires. Have fun at work. Yes, I'm gonna have a good day off today. This is my second day off. Yesterday I had a day off to do my blog post, so today I'm gonna do some, I was doing a live stream of my blog post, so I'm just having fun for what I love to do. Have a good day, thank you for joining, and I'm just gonna finish up my discussion now. So temperatures on Saturday ahead of the cold front is still going to be mild, about 60 degrees outside of the Berkshires. Cold night on Sunday, 32s in the Berkshires to 40 to 45 degrees in southeast Mass. It all depends on where you are. There is a unique terrain in Massachusetts with the hills and the flatlands, Worcester County, the hills, Berkshires with the huge mountain range there, being flat in the southeast Mass. 32 degrees, let's say low 30s west to low to mid 40s in the Cape and the Islands. That's the temperatures for Sunday morning. Sunday itself is only going to be about 45 to 50 degrees on average, as you can see right there. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 5 to 15 mile an hour winds, gusted up to 30 because of the, the pressure gradient between the low excess dust and the high pressure, so there's going to be a little tight gradient, so it's going to be a little windy on Sunday. Winds shut off and get really cold on Monday morning. This model is not saying the upper 20s that I thought it was supposed to be, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some upper 20s in the Berkshires in northern Worcester County. Outside of that, it's going to be towards 40 along the coast in the southeast Mass. Monday itself, I thought it was supposed to be like 45 to 50 degrees. It looks like it may be in the low 50s for most places. That's a little warmer than I thought it was supposed to be. Definitely. Temperatures fall back into the 40s mostly on Tuesday. Temperatures 55 to 60 degrees on Tuesday. High pressure is moving offshore. It should be offshore, bringing down southwest winds. There's that warm air that's going to be in our region Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. As you can see right there, we are building the heat up. The last day is Friday, November 1st, until a cold front comes in and ruins it again. And that's pretty much your forecast for the next, like, I don't know, 14 days. Yep, I'm not going to go any further than this because this is already so far out right now. I forget how many days that is. Let me look at my calendar. Okay, so let me look at my calendar. How many days did I just do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just did 10-day forecast there, so I think that's good enough. Alright, that's pretty much all I need to talk about today. I don't think anyone's live here right now, and I think I did a pretty good job. Okay, I think the last thing I want to do is I want to compare using the GFS as 0Z. Just because why not? Okay, let's just take a look at the 0Z GFS. Last day of warmth today. Cold front moves through, dips us out, dips us down to. This is a lot colder than the 0Z AI model from the Euro. It was saying the temperatures are still going to be 55 to 60 degrees in some places. This is a little bit cooler. In the 40s in the Berkshires, and they're 60 and Cape and the Islands due to the front is still going to be passing through on Thursday morning. Thursday itself is going to be pretty much still warm, 60 to 65 degrees in, like, let's say, Springfield, Boston, Southeast Mass, Providence. Cold air settles back in with temperatures generally in the 30s in the Worcester Hills and the Berkshires. Other than that, upper 30s to low 40s to 50 in Cape and the Islands, as you can see from here. The higher you are, the more west you are, the colder. The lower you are, the more east you are, the warmer you are. As you can see there. Temperatures 55 to 60 degrees under sunny and calm weather. Only 5 to 10 miles per hour southwest winds on Friday. Temperatures stay relatively calm, relatively mild for Saturday due to southwest winds ahead of the cold front. It's going to be pretty much the same temperature Saturday as it were Friday. Cold front moves through, as you can definitely tell. Temperatures in the low to mid 30s away from the cities. The cities are going to be like 35 to 40 degrees. Elsewhere is low 30s to 35. Cool day on Sunday due to the wind and the cold atmosphere blowing from the northwest. This is the model. See, this is important to talk about. This is going to be a hard freeze. Temperatures 25 to 30 degrees away from the eastern seaboard towards the 40s with cold, calm winds are going to make it really, really cold on Monday morning. Monday itself with calm winds and sunshine, it's only going to be 45 to 50 degrees. Another cool night because high pressure is pretty much almost on top of us. Light winds. It's going to be breezy and sunny with maybe high clouds. On Tuesday, it bumps the temperatures up to towards 60 in the Merrimack low area, but other than that, low to mid 50s. It's going to be getting a lot warmer due to southwest winds with the Bermuda high. Luckily, they're already back up towards 70 on Wednesday. 70s towards actually mid 70s, 75, 76, 77 Thursday. Then by Friday, the cold front moves through. I think that's what I saw in the other model. The cold front moves in by Friday. It's going to be coming from the northwest. More seasonal by the weekend, as you can see right there. And then maybe another warm up towards midweek next week. Maybe. I'm just going too far out. I'm already 384 hours out. In terms of the precipitation department, the drought is going to continue. Because this front ain't going to produce any precipitation at all. This front ain't going to really produce much precipitation. This was a lot better. See, the last two model runs, like right here, here, was saying that rain. The last model run right here is saying nothing. I don't really expect much precipitation out of that front on Saturday either. Then more high pressure and dry weather. Looks like on Sunday there's some reinforcement cold air, so there may be a few maybe instability showers. I don't even think there's going to be any rain on Sunday. Could be just because it's so cold, the air is going up in the mountains and spotting a few showers, maybe. But the majority of it, the next 10 days are going to be really dry with no rain expected. Even this front on Thursday into Friday ain't going to produce much precipitation either, as you can see there. High pressure just comes right back in, dries us out. Not dry, just cools us out and dries us out more. So there's not going to be any precipitation really for the next, I don't know, 10 days. Okay, I want this right here. Yeah, so pretty much from November 2nd or 3rd right there, even into 2 weeks from now, because this week, next week, and this starts the new week. This is pretty much like 2 weeks out basically. Look, there's no precipitation expected for Massachusetts at all. Maybe a few sprinkles, maybe an isolated shower here and there, but the story for the next 10 days or so is that we go from hot to cold, back to hot towards Halloween, back to cold. But it's basically just from high pressure to low pressure, back to high, low, high. It's not going to be really any precipitation. It's just pressure changes and temperature changes, basically. So that's the overview until even November 3rd. And I think I did enough talking for right now. This has been fun. Even when this cold front moves through Thursday night for Friday, another dry high pressure system is in control. As you can see, the same, just rinse, wash, rinse and repeat basically. Towards 384 hours, I don't even see any more precipitation. Wow, it's going to be really dry. I saw a Facebook post the other day saying that, you know, this is basically like the, what is that word that is said? This is what happens before a tsunami happens. The water recedes before it just blows over and floods everything out. This winter I'm expecting it to be very cold and snowy in Massachusetts and New England. I do not care about what, you know, Storm Prediction Center is saying or not, or the Department of Atlantic is saying. I have a feeling inside me it's going to be really cold and really snowy. You might have some nor'easters that get stuck right offshore of us due to a blocking high pressure system in, like, let's say, Greenland, Iceland, that doesn't let the storm move very fast, and there's cold air dipping down from the, you know, from the the Arctic because of a huge high pressure system in, let's say, the Pacific Northwest that brings choppiness in our region all winter, and big huge storms blow up on the Gulf Stream. I think this may be a pretty bad winter for us. Who knows if I'm right or not? Who knows if the people that do these long-range forecasts are right? Who knows? Mother Nature's unpredictable. It's only a guess game. My opinion is no wrong or right than theirs. It's just that I have a feeling it's going to be a bad one. So I'm pretty much done with my forecasting for right now. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out. Enjoy the beautiful weather in New England and Massachusetts. The weather is going to be pretty much fair, even though the temperature is going to be dropping down to about 55 to 60 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be breezy like it is now, but it ain't going to be out of the south. It's going to be out of the northwest. So the sunshine is going to stay in place, but the temperatures are going to be dropping. So instead of being out here in t-shirts and shorts, you may need a little sweatshirt tomorrow because of the cold, windy conditions. But other than that, fall-like dry weather is going to be in control for the near future. No rain in sight to improve the drought conditions, even into early November. So take care of yourself, and I will be back with another one soon. Peace out, Meteorologist Randy, signing off for now.